It's a time to relax, enjoy being outside, as we spend time with family and friends that surround us. The smell of hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill as you're holding a cold drink in your hand. As the sun goes down, the bright lights flood the sky and the fireworks begin. The 4th of July, Independence Day, America's birthday. But the most important thing about this is the Declaration of Independence, a document that started it all. So the information I gathered for you is from a website, history.com. It's titled The 4th of July, copyrighted in 2009. So that's the information I'm going to be pertaining to you. But the most important thing to understand about the 4th of July is three things. And we're going to travel back in time a little bit, and I'm going to tell you about the history of the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to tell you about the authors who drafted the Declaration of Independence, and I'm actually going to tell you about the traditions that are in the past and we still hold today. So the first thing I'm going to mention is the history. On July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress had voted all in favor of becoming independent from Great Britain, which was under the monarchy of King George III. After the meeting, Congress got together and appointed 5 members of the committee to actually draft up this document which declared independence from Great Britain. Now, 2 days later, on July 4th, 1776, 56 members of the committee met in the Philadelphia State House, also known as Independence Hall. This is where all 56 members signed the document, which is now identified as the Declaration of Independence. A little bit further on ahead of time, in 1870, Congress actually approved the 4th of July as a federal holiday. And then once again, in 1941, the provision extended, which allowed 4th of July to be a paid holiday for all federal employees. So, as I mentioned before, the 5 members on that committee who drafted it, those individuals consist of John Adams from Massachusetts, Roger Sherman from Connecticut, Benjamin Franklin from Pennsylvania, and Robert Livingston from New York. Now, let's not forget Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is what I like to say in my own words, the author of the Declaration of Independence. The other individuals I can look at as kind of editors. And the research shows behind this, and it'll state Thomas Jefferson actually wrote the largest portion of it. So within 2 days, these 5 members had wrote the Declaration of Independence. So going back a little bit more on the tradition aspect of it, the first festivals consisted of concerts, parades, bonfires. They even mentioned the cannons and the firing of muskets, and then the reading of the Declaration of Independence. A little fun fact is the reading of the Declaration of Independence didn't take place until July 8th, 1776, after 4 days of the signing. That's when it was read to the public in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Our traditions now, these days, are almost similar to what they were in the past. We still have concerts, we have barbecues, now we have picnics, parades, and the biggest thing of all, fireworks. That's our finale for our Independence Day. But the most common symbol that we see for this holiday is represented right here. It's the American flag. And the Star-Spangled Banner is the anthem for the United States. So this representation of freedom, liberty, is what happened 242 years ago as we celebrate today. In conclusion, I've mentioned the history about the Declaration of Independence, I've mentioned the authors who drafted it, and I mentioned the traditions that were past and present. So I hope you have a better understanding of what the 4th of July stands for and how we celebrate it. History is our only source that we have to look past on. If you have a better understanding of what our foundation and what our nation is built off of, you'll appreciate it a lot more. The Declaration is a document that is creating freedom for all Americans, which we still celebrate today. I will leave you with one last statement. Happy 247th birthday, America. Thank you.